Hi, Deanne here. Today I want to talk about emotional scars. Now, emotional scars are formed when we experience trauma, when the pain is so deep and so big that we have to push it down because we can't deal with it. And what happens after that is these scars influence the rest of our life because it shapes who we are. It gives us our perception of the world. Because of our experience, we see the world differently to someone else who has a different experience. And what I found is that it creates negative patterning that we're unaware of. Subconsciously, we repeat the same thing over and over again because of the scar. But the thing is, I found when I started healing my wounds, my scars, I kept going to healers, and then I'd find something else and I'd go to another healer, and then I ended up learning healing techniques I could practice on myself, and it got to the point where I even got a message from my guides, like a voice in my head said, you don't fix everything. And it's true, we can't just keep fixing everything. Some of those emotional scars in creating who we are give us strength. My journey brought me to where I am now, where I want to help people. But the other thing too is sometimes we're meant to feel it. So I've had, over my journey, I've done a lot of healing, as I mentioned. And as I peeled back all the layers, I eventually uncovered a suppressed memory I didn't know was there. So healing those wounds above it made space for it to come up. I also did, in 2019, I think it was, I gave myself a challenge of meditating for an hour a day every day. And what I would do is I'd sit and notice my thoughts. You can notice your thoughts, right? So if you can notice them, it's not you. The you inside is noticing the thoughts. So it's not you. And that's what I was doing for an hour a day every day. And eventually the thoughts would clear away. But as I was doing this over the year, emotions started to come up because I was giving space for them to. And I'll do the same with the emotions. I didn't understand where they were coming from or why I was feeling that way, but I just noticed it. And when you notice it, when you're like on the outside looking in at it, again, you realize it's not you. There's something inside you, but it's not you. And I just sit with it, and eventually it would go away like the thoughts did. So quite often when emotions are coming up, it's because it's ready to be released. Now, if you're stuck in an emotion and you can't shake it, that's a different thing, and I suggest you seek help. However, if an emotion is coming up, it's good to just notice it. If you imagine it's like a little kid that just wants to be seen, and once it's seen, the kid's happy, you know? That's what our thoughts are like. That's sometimes what the emotions are like. And there's no negative emotion. It's just alerting us to something that's there. So if you do have emotions come up, think of it that way, unless it's an extreme. And again, I suggest you seek help. There's lots of ways you can get help. GPs, phone line, helplines, people like myself. But sometimes we just need to sit with it and let it be seen. I'm a big fan of Ram Dass, and a quote that he's said was, if you wrong me, that's your problem, and if I'm upset about it, that's mine. Because if you're upset about it, or if I'm upset about it, it's because of our scars. If someone called you a purple carrot, you wouldn't be upset by that, would you? Because you know you're not a purple carrot. But if someone says something that upsets you, there's a scar there. And triggers can be great in variety, the things that set off emotions. It could be as simple as a colour. Like you might have been bullied at school and the school uniform colour shows up somewhere, and that could trigger an emotion, you don't even know why. But the emotions are just letting us know there's something there to work on. But again, we don't have to fix everything. I went on that journey. I was healing all the time, and it basically created a belief that I'm broken. So we don't have to fix everything. Sometimes we just let the emotion come up and be seen and go away. I hope that helps. If you need support, please reach out. If you want to look at my meditation challenge, that's on my YouTube channel. I'll chuck a link in the comments. If you want to learn more about triggers, it's a chapter in my book. I'll put that in the comments. And if you want to learn from other people, Summit starts tomorrow in a Facebook group where you can understand how other women, and a man actually has joined us, have discovered their purpose and how they came to be who they are today. So I hope to see you in there or in something else, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye for now.